Hey everybody, what's happening? I was fortunate enough to play the open test for Marching Fire on PC, and you know, I only played as Jiang Jun, and I got some highlights for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to talk a little bit about my impressions of playing as Jiang Jun, fighting the other new DLC characters, and Breach mode in general. So yeah, here we go. Jiang Jun has that right there. He's got a unblockable zone off of heavy parry for 20 damage that can chain directly into another unblockable attack that can be both hard feinted and feinted with his hidden stance like move. So that's pretty cool. He also gets a heavy parry, which I believe does a maximum of 40 damage off a light parry. His hidden stance move regenerates his stamina very quickly. It can be used while out of stamina, and he has a feat that grants that stamina regeneration that he was receiving to any of his allies nearby. That's pretty cool. As far as problems with him, my biggest thing is, honestly, and you might be able to see from some of these clips, is that he really gets hung up on walls like ridiculous. Like, you cannot do anything in an enclosed space. It can be, I can't tell you the amount of times I died because I parried an attack and his zone, like, heavy attacks get caught on things. It also feels as if they don't have, like, he's advertised as being like long range, and he does have all of his heavies are basically zone attacks and that they attack all around him, but it feels like they don't have long enough range on it. Like, you can do a zone attack and there'll be multiple enemies around you, and you only hit one, just simply because his range really isn't that long. He's got everything he does has a radius around him, but that radius is not that wide unless it's a wall. It appears. So I do hope that they adjust his hitboxes. His kick itself seems solid to me. I've been wrong before. I've been right before. His right there, he can cancel his heavy dash forward attack by either hard feigning it, or he has that kick, which comes out pretty fast. I think it's the same timing as that Valk's shield crush. He can soft feint his side dodge attack with a light attack, and he can also hard feint it, which is the coolest part, is hard feinting the side dodge, because it's a big long animation and you can kind of bait reactions. It's a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors as far as how the enemy is going to react. As far as the other characters go, Tiandi, they gotta adjust him a little bit. His attacks are, I'm playing at 240 frames per second with a 240 hertz monitor, and I'm having a hard time just blocking his attacks on reaction. I cannot imagine what Tiandi in this current state will be like on console. It'll be ridiculous. I'm sure they will, but I hope that they change his, slow his attacks down a little bit. His side dodge light attacks are virtually unreactable. He has a unblockable, like, punch kind of hit that guarantees a light afterward, and it's pretty hard to react to. That right there, that was he's got, Tiandi has, like I said, he's got the unblockable zone parry punish, and he also has push X right after a parry. He does that choke move, which doesn't do any damage but drains stamina. But if it puts the enemy out of stamina, he throws him to the ground before it's over. And I'm not sure what the max punishes with Jiang Jun are going to be, but it seems like he's got a lot of damage against out of stamina thrown opponent. Monk has a crazy teleport move that I really don't understand how to dodge or react to at all. I didn't see it that often this playtest being spammed, so maybe it takes up a lot of stamina now. The last playtest I played, people were spamming the heck out of that teleport move. I know not too many people were playing the girl. I'm not going to say it right, Nuxia, I think. I can't say how bad it's going to be playing against her. I think I only saw one the whole time I was playing. She does have this unblockable that has a really weird timing to it. But that's really all I can tell you about that. As far as Breach mode itself goes, I think it's a lot of fun. It is way too long. I don't know what everybody else's situation is, but I've got a family and kids and a dog and a wife, and 40 minutes is a long time to play with nothing interrupting. So, 40 minutes is seems pretty average for a game. What else can I say here? This mode can be very, very frustrating, more so than Dominion. I think I'm an expert at not getting salty playing this game. It can be pretty frustrating playing this game when you're losing to a death ball, because there's no reason that a death ball should work in this mode. If you're losing to a death ball, you're not. There's so many objectives, and holding the objectives is so important. When you're playing, I'm going to say 3 games in a row I played, like my teammates just threw themselves at the enemy, didn't try to capture archer points, didn't try to damage the ram. Very, very frustrating. And that's another thing here, is that the soldiers, this is like the Marching Death event soldiers that were all skeletons. Like, they do a lot of damage, and they also have a lot of health. And that's another complaint I have about Jiang Jun, is he's supposed to be this zone character that can kill soldiers like crazy, and he can clear soldiers better than any character. I'll say it. I bet he's the best soldier clear. He doesn't have body count. How can he not have body count as a feat? I really hope that they consider giving him body count, because it seems like a waste of his character to not have body count. It makes you, if you can't really attack the soldiers around the ram effectively if you don't have body count. And basically him not having body count leads you to not playing objectives that have a lot of soldiers at them. And I think that's counterintuitive to what you're trying to do with this character. I hope they consider giving him body count. I haven't looked at Reddit. I don't know if anybody's saying that or not. But that's my opinion. Oh. On an out of stamina parry, I'm going to bet that he could do a zone attack and a heavy attack. I did a zone attack late there, but he can cancel his heavy attacks. Any heavy attack can be canceled with his hidden stance like move. His opening heavies are uninterruptible. His chains are light, heavy, heavy, light, and heavy, heavy. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Take care.